last dance for the top 2 scorers in the league, maybe 2 of the greatest scorers we've ever seen. They faced off right here in Oklahoma City back in 2012 when LeBron James got his first ring by besting KD and the Thunder. Now, the more recent occasion, exactly 10 years ago, Steph Curry, he topped the league's leading scorer James Harden in the Western Conference Finals to put the Warriors in position to win their first of what would be 4 NBA titles. And with that theme of first titles in mind, one of these 4 All-Star guards, they will break through. They will win their first title this season. And I love that. I love seeing a first-time champion be crowned. But considering we have that in the forecast, we might as well turn to our weatherman to see what is on Windy's watch, Windy's forecast. What are you watching here?
Thunderstorms, lots of thunderstorms, especially when we're trying to fly. All right, let's go. One after the other. Let's start with Minnesota. Okay, I said it once before. I'm going to say it again. Mini LeBron. That is the way Julius Randle is playing in this postseason. He is absolutely doing everything you could dream of from a point forward. He can shoot from the outside. He can take it to the basket. He can play with his back to the basket. He can distribute. He can run the floor. He can get the rebound and create. This is exactly the kind of difference-making player that the Timberwolves were dreaming of when they traded Karl-Anthony Towns for him. He's been terrific. On the other side tonight, the Thunder. Let's come on right down here to the Tornado Alley. Don't forget about how important their half-court offense is going to be. They are awesome in transition. That is why when they get those turnovers, they will destroy you. So what you have to do against them is make them play half-court basketball. Look, nobody has done great against the Thunder this year. But when teams have had success, it is teams that have been able to slow them down in that half-court. Slow the game down, keep the turnovers under control. All right, let's go up to Indiana, the visiting team, tomorrow at the Garden. Indiana is perfect for their nickname. They want to play fast. They want to go against the grain and the traditions over the decades in the NBA that everything slows down in the playoffs. This is their strategy. It will be their strategy forevermore with this group of players. They think about wearing you down from first quarter to fourth quarter. They think about wearing you down from game 1 to game 7. It worked against the Knicks last year. The Knicks will try to keep it from working against them this year. And how are they going to do that? Well, you know when they went out and got OG Anunoby and they got Mikal Bridges, technically it was to try to beat the Boston Celtics. But guess what? It will be very effective against the Indiana Pacers, too. Yes, we're going to pay a lot of attention to Brunson versus Halliburton. We know that's a key matchup. Yes, Karl Towns versus Miles Turner will be an important matchup. But the way the Pacers have gotten through their first 2 series is dominating on the wings. And OG Anunoby, who wasn't able to play against the Pacers last year due to injury, and Mikal Bridges give the Knicks a chance to really fight back against those big, powerful, strong wings of Indiana.
And now to Andrea with sports. But since Brian brought up the Eastern Conference Finals, Dre, you got your scuba deer? Let's dive a little deeper here. Game 1 of the Pacers and Knicks series gets underway tomorrow, a rematch of last year's second round where Indiana prevailed in 7 games. But the history, it goes so much deeper than that. The last 3 times New York has made the conference finals prior to this season, they also faced the Pacers here. And just like the last Knicks, they took 2 of those last 3 series. New York took 2 of the last 3 matchups against Indiana this season. All of those games were decided by double figures. 3-point shooting was absolutely key. Let's take a listen to Tom Thibodeau earlier today.
The challenge is always the same, so it's no different whether it's a game or a series. It's to always reset. Each game is different. You have to prepare for that particular game. You're not carrying anything over from the previous series or the previous game. You just got to be right and ready when that ball goes up tomorrow night.
You thought at all about the possible NBA Finals matchup that could be happening?
We got to get there first. I ain't gonna worry about something that we ain't there yet. So step by step, you start thinking into the future and ahead. You never take care of the present. So I'm only thinking about right now the series.
As you should be. You cannot afford to overlook an opponent like the Indiana Pacers. But in the ring, on the floor, wherever you may, I will take Tyrese Halliburton versus Jalen Brunson any way I can get it. What aspect of this matchup are you watching most closely?
That one, exactly. Those 2. And there's a special place in my heart for point guards, right? Because they control everything. They have to stay aware of who has the hot hand, who hasn't gotten a touch in a while, and maybe needs to get involved in the offense. Do I push the pace here? Do I slow down the pace here? What defense are they running? There is so much going on in the mind of the point guard throughout the game. But with these 2 point guards specifically, and we talk about clutch time, that's what I'm most excited excited for. Yes, they're going to make a lot of decisions throughout, but those 2 game winners we just saw from Tyrese Halliburton were phenomenal. That game winner against Detroit from Jalen Brunson, and then also the and one that helped him also get the lead and take the win against Boston. The way that those 2 players control the pace throughout the game, find their teammates, set up their offense, understand the defense, but the way they play in clutch time and make plays and seal the game, I just want to know who's going to show up more for their team in this series as they go back and forth.
Certainly the backcourt battle is one thing that you mentioned as well that you're watching, Brian, in your Windy watch. Is there something else you have your eye on here?
You know, OG Anunoby is such an important player. The reason that they gave him the full maxes last year was because he's so valuable to use against different. You have Anunoby and you have Mikal Bridges. You have so much flexibility. And don't forget about Josh Hart. The Josh Hart on Pascal Siakam matchup is going to be extremely important. You have Anunoby and you have Mikal Bridges. And Bridges is a type of player who they expect and get great defense out of him. When Bridges scores, they're virtually unbeatable. And so that's going to be on the Pacers, too. The Pacers have to swing both ways and take care of how Bridges can be a swing offensive player, of how OG Anunoby can be a swing offensive player. I'm telling you, the spotlight will be on the point guards. The rubber's going to meet the road at the wings.
Well, and this is something the New York Knicks have been waiting a long time. Jalen Brunson, we saw him go down in that Game 7 against the Indiana Pacers last year. He wasn't able to complete the mission. Jalen Brunson, that's what makes him tick. Games like this, Game 1 like we're going to see tomorrow. And the farther you go into the calendar year, the more difficult sometimes it can be to find some anniversaries for the New York Knicks. But